of peoples. That's good. It's Tuesday night, but it's 6. Thank you for joining me early, and I think this is going to be just fine because I'm usually ready if I haven't completely forgotten about the show. This one's so laid back. This is, I am. Who are you? We are. I'm Mary Gunn of Mary Gunn Fun, the intrepid hostess of Craft Review and In Review, which is the second part of Craft Review, and it features you and all your cards and beautifulness. So thank you so much for sending a couple cards in this week already. You've already sent in over 230. So there's a bunch coming in and so many flowers. Spring has sprung over there on Craft Roulette's gallery. We also have four process videos already over there. So it's really happening place. It's very, very exciting. It's cool at my house, so I've got my team purple because I don't have a team orange sweatshirt. But anyway, if you don't know what Craft Roulette is, and this is the second part of it, this Craft Roulette is the ultimate paper crafting card making game show challenge, and we are live almost every Friday night at 6:30, starting at 6:10 p.m. 6:10 is when we start the slideshow featuring all of your beautiful cards that you have sent in. There's always an amazing amount. And amazing quality and so many different styles. You guys are just quite the buzz. I just adore it. I do. I'm having so much fun. And thank you for all saying so many highs. Thank you. Hi back. Tonight we have on In Review, we have Mail Call. We have Slideshow where we're going to talk, or we're going to randomly, it's program, I don't have anything to do with it. We're going to have some of the cards, the slides go by on the cards. We're going to talk about them. You are welcome to leave some glitter right there in the comments. And then we're going to play the very popular game, Whodunit. So we'll see who's going to win that. We'll go over the rules on that as we get there. Couple things on the website. craftroulette.live. Mr. Producer's been working hard on updating a couple things. Those things don't just... When those kind of changes happen, it doesn't happen like, oh, let's just push a button and it gets magically done. He has to do a bunch of back-end programming to get that all to fit together, and so that when this happens, that happens, and it's quite remarkable. But he does have a couple things I want to make sure you know about, and we'll talk about this more. In Review is now on the episodes in the main menu on the left side. If there is an In Review show. If there's not one, then it's not there. But the cool thing that, and there's also an In Review page, and you can see the Whodunit rules. So that might be helpful. But the cool thing that he did was we've been not loving how the process videos get made by you guys get buried in the episodes. Because you can send in a process video in any episode at any time, but then we're just hanging out in that episode, and if nobody went back to that episode, they didn't know that your awesome work was there. So he made an index for process videos. And I can't remember. Dang it, where is it? Anyway, he's messing around with the menus. You can go poke around. You're not going to break anything. I've broken things before, but it's never been on the front end. But anyway, you can find all of the process videos by you. Like Carmen Broxma has made lots of them. Jay Thomas has made quite a few. Sire has made some, including the pudding chili. Don't want to miss that one. But you can go over to the process video index now and enjoy it. It's really very, very cool. And I'm very glad that your process videos are out in the open. So I think everybody's gotten here and we're all settled in. Everybody got their stretchy pants on, their nice beverage. Oh, did I bring a beverage? No, I didn't. That's okay. I think I left it out in the other room. It's okay. It was a weird tea. It was cardamom cinnamon or something. It was kind of odd. I never remember what it's going to taste like between sips. And so it's like, oh, a new experience each time I take one. So let's get down to paper cam, get this show started, shall we? Wonder what I just knocked off. I don't know. Oh, Exceptionally Bad Dad Jokes is where we want to start, except I did find out something. Before we get to this, I want to say I found out that there is a name, a clinical name for people that cannot sleep at night but get up and start to eat instead. Aren't you glad to know this? It's called insomniac. Insomnia. Or as my mother would say for all of her punchlines, or some dumb things. Insomnia. I've been saying it for days now, and I absolutely love it. That is my exceptionally bad dad joke for the night. I tried to play it, so anyway. Do you have a couple cards I want to review with you? These are beautiful. These are cards that I have received in the past. I didn't get any cards today. Unbelievable. But I didn't, and it's okay because I have so many. This is a beautiful card by Faye Godby, and she was just sending me a sweet little thoughtful gift or card. But this is all like paper, like a pre-printed paper. And then, but she added, it's like kind of like making, we can get a little closer. Kind of like making a homemade pie or something, but you add some extra nutmeg or cinnamon. Is because she added these little vellum things, and that really makes it cute. Pop this little thinking of you, which has a little foil around it, really pretty, and some silver in her twine. I think it's a really pretty card. Perfect, except there's no blues. It would almost be perfect for this week's Craft Roulette, which was so good. I know I have seen these before. I know I have gone over these, so we'll just enjoy them one more time. Just want to say a little, isn't that cute? A little gatefold card. Who was the sweet person that sent this? And a rabidoo. These are totally worth watching again. Look at that. And it's just got a little belly band to keep it all together. Yeah, I think I showed these last fall. They look very familiar. But maybe it's because I've just enjoyed them so many times. Very pretty, Anna. This one I remember talking about. This is by Kelly, I think. Kelly, which is Christina Bertram's cousin. And look at that shine. It's so cool. I don't know how she did it, but I think it's a beautiful card. Resilient, strong, and beautiful. Just like this card. It's so pretty. You can see that shine. It just feels like it's like stamped right on top of copper. I don't know how that works, but I'm glad it did. This is a really pretty card, and it's a 5x7. It's a little bit big. Oh, yes, we did go through this. Brenda Anderson. This was so cute. This was Brenda Anderson's to-do list. And it was so cute. It was very fun. Get your fingers inky, rub Kerwin's fur, make a scrapbook page, show off your merch, brighten my day, think of some scary parameters. I do love to do that. Enjoy a good episode of Perry Mason. I have done that in the past. Host a talented guest crafter. Oh, yes, we have so many. Tell a good pun or some nom-nom-nomnia joke. Spread some glitters. Create a coloring page. Cooperate with Mr. Producer. Yes, sir. Pat Mr. Mike on the head. Doot, doot, doot. Make me laugh. Give Mr. Wheel the spin of his life. That was a very sweet note. I love that somebody would take time and personalize such a sweet, sweet note. That's very clever. This one I think was by Linda. I don't think we saw this one on the show though. Look how pretty that is. And this has been in my stash for a little bit. And it is cute as can be. She starts the party right there on the envelope too. Really cool woven background embossing folder. Beautifully die-cut birds, Team Purple and Team Orange. And there's no mixing them up either. We've definitely got the line of demarcation for orange and blue and purple. Really, really cute card. I'm glad if I did show it last time, I don't mind re-showing it. It's just really cute. And she's got some sparkles on there. Isn't that lovely? Oh, you guys are such clever, clever people. You're just remarkably clever, clever people. So thank you again for sending me those cards. I did get some things in the mail, but I know. They did get some things in the mail, but I'm not going to share them right now because they're out on the table in the other room. But we do want to thank, some of those were from our new spin sponsors, but we do want to thank our spin sponsors, Not Too Shabby, Sweet Sentiments, who I see in the group tonight, and Riley and Company, Karen Burniston, for sponsoring our wonderful giveaways all month long. And we have a 5 Friday month, so they're going to be giving away lots of wonderful stuff. It's really neat working with companies. They do such great things, and they're very generous people, and so I really appreciate it. If you are making some crafty purchases soon, please consider using our spin sponsors. We do have Under Associates on craftroulette.live. Under Associates are the spin sponsors page, and you can go right from there and check them out. It's a great thing. Let's go ahead and get started with the slideshow. How are my buttons? And this is my buttons. We were on episode 153. This is 154 coming up. And it's also our 3rd anniversary, roughly. I think we started the 2nd week in March, so that's kind of when we started thinking about it. We just went, okay, let's do that. And actually I said, we're going to do that. Is that okay? And Mr. Producer said, well, that's not quite right. It's not the number wise 3rd anniversary, but that's how we went with it. You guys are busting the seams of the gallery again, but we can take it. We absolutely love getting all those cards. And so many of you have been sharing over on our Facebook group, which is Facebook. It's a private group called Facebook Show. No, it's not called that. It's called Craft Roulette Show on Facebook. And you just have to answer the questions like, you have to answer these questions before you're approved. Okay, where'd you hear about us? And will you mind our rules? Will you do that? And that's all there is to it. So, did I see Biddy Penny is in here? Biddy Penny, you need to check your email. If you're in here, we need something from you. So, anyway, we had great parameters. I know a lot of you thought the parameters this time were really simple, and they really were. They were rounded. You had to have a rounded edge. You had to use 2 blues and 2 other colors. Neutrals, of course, are free. You had to include flowers and fussy cut. Now, I know some of you are not loving the fussy cutting, but you did it. You found some way to put a little fussy cut in. Probably fussing all the way with your fussy cut. But it's okay. It's not hard for you. You need those practice. You need to practice those scissor skills. Someday your electronic machinery may not work, and you may want to cut something cute. So it's good to have those wonderful little skills practiced. And there is a fussy cutting basics on Fun University. So speaking of which, Gail Otto asked about Fun University. Is it now defunct? It's going to stay there. And what Fun University is going to, I've got some things I still want to do over there, but we're too busy over here right now. But we're going to keep it up. There's lots of information there. There's lots of follow-ups, and there's lots of fundamentals and different follow-ups on Craft Roulette and stuff. So it's all up there. And if you go in there and start looking around at playlists and things like that, you'll probably find all sorts of things that may answer some questions on what we do here. So I don't know. Anyway, it's staying. So that's the answer. Thank you, Gail Otto, for asking. So tonight we have chosen some random cards, or I don't know what's going to come up. And we're going to talk about them. You and me. Front row to back row to me. Go ahead. Get that chewing gum ready. You guys chew gum, eat, talk, all sorts of stuff during this show, and I think it's wonderful. So let's see what we've got. Okay, there's that round. We're going to be looking for rounded edges, how people use that. 2 blues plus 2. That actually turned out to be kind of an interesting parameter with the 2 blues. Flowers and fussy cutting. Okay, Melody S. from California. I think you're the Melody that met Amanda, I think, at the expo. That was cool. I saw a picture of you guys. That was neat. Rounded corners. We've got rounded corners on the edges of the card, 2 of them. I always like that look, kind of a asymmetric look. And 2 blues plus 2. You've got your blues in your flowers, and I think you've used a couple. That's a really pretty, I don't know what it is, flower. But you've colored it in with different colors of blue, making it some of it darker and some of it's forward looking because it's lighter. That's really nice. And definitely flowers. And and the leaves that went with it would be one of the, I think that's one of your 2 colors. And then you've got the orangey color. Ooh, that's pretty. And you did fussy cut. I bet you did the leaves, maybe the flowers, and the butterfly too. The happy birthday circle's a punch. But I'm wondering too if you used paper that, like a real orangey, creamy, kind of creamsicle color, and then added some more ink on it, because it looks like it's got ink around the edges. So I think you may have made a few little extra touches that made it really, really very soft and pretty. That's a really pretty card. I love that side view of the butterfly. That's a really cool look, isn't it? Let's see. The choice of scissors can make it a lot easier, Paula Rice says. Oh, yes. Don't use some big honker scissors. Those are terrible. You got to have some really fine, pointed little ones that you can work with. And make sure they fit your hand real well, because if it doesn't fit your hand, it's not going to be good for you. So, Melody, I hope you had a good time at the expo, and thank you for sending in this card and joining us. I love it. The Epic Smurf Murphy. Okay, I guess it's Expo Girls tonight. Well, we get no, Amanda hasn't sent hers in yet. The Epic Smurf Murphy was also at the expo and met Amanda, and I saw a picture of those 2 young ladies as well. So let's see. Her little frog says, "Don't talk to me until I've had coffee. This is for your protection." I wonder if that frog just takes that tongue and snaps that little coffee drop, or a whole mug. I have a new mug. Oh, where do you see this? Right there. It's got the super glue guys on it, this is kind of retro because the super glue guys came out so many years ago. I may have to do a post on them, but that's my new mug. I think it looks really good. There's a matching t-shirt. You'll see that Friday. Anyway, okay, let's look at this. Rounded edges. You did the same thing with the open side of the card, having the 2 rounded. But look how good that looks. It just levels it up, as they say, just a wee bit, and it makes a nice difference. And I always think it looks nice when you've got the matte on the inside and the matte on the outside, and they both got that rounded corner. I think that's a really easy way to make a card look jazzy. I'm very easily impressed, but still, it's true. 2 blues and 2. Okay, so you've got green and yellow and 2 blues. You've got a dark blue and a light blue with a green or a blue-green. Some bugs are... Good thing that frog's facing the other way, or they would be history. They would be little Captain Crisp with his coffee. That's really good. Smurf Murphy is one of our leading ladies. She hits that goal every week and has for many weeks. She is a leading lady twin with Jackie Jackpot Muller. So we got the Epic Smurf and Jackie Jackpot right there on our leading lady list with 114 cards. Outstanding. Really cute. I like those flowers. And then how you did the circle for the frog to carry over the flower thing. Smart. Those bugs, they're cute. I like it. It does look like wind in the willows, doesn't it? It really does. Barbara Drake, who I do not think went to the expo because she's in Delaware over in California. So she made this pretty card. Look how much color there is and pattern and texture. Oh my, Barbara Drake. You've got your rounded edges on your top matte. Looks really good. And you've got that dark matte too. I like that look. Dark mattes are really they're just a real good solid grounding kind of a design technique, and so I think it's really nice. It's not, you can do it the other way though. You can have a white matte with a dark front too. It's very dramatic that way. But this is an easy fix into this rounded corner. I think it's very good though. Easy's not it doesn't mean it's simple and not effective. It's really effective. That is some pretty paper with all those pretty flowers in the background with your blue greens. We love that color. And then you've got +2 yellow and pink, and then you've got some neutrals going on. That's a really pretty lattice that you have across the side or across the middle there. It lets that pretty paper stand out still and be recognized and seen, but which is cool. That's I've never seen one quite like that. I like it. It's smart. Your flowers are die cut, I believe. And so you've got a little bit of darkness in one of the layers, and you've got little jewels in them. And your leaves are bronze. Oh, man. You got some good thoughts in there, Barbara Drake. We're talking, you guys are talking about scissors, I think. But pretty card, Barbara Drake. Thank you. Pam K from Wisconsin sent in this card. She also won something because I just sent it to her today. Was it a goodie bag? I think it was. This is another little pretty card. It's instead of an A2 rectangle, she chose a square, which I did too. It looks like kind of a big square, but it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell in these kind of pictures. Beautiful flowers with the die cut different colors of the 2 different colors of pink, and then using that pink in the center of the white flower. That's a cool design. And then she's got the curly, those viney kind of die leaves there going on there. I like that a lot. I don't know. I have to look through my dies. I don't think I have any viney kind, but I like those. Don't those look really good? I think they do. And then she's got the leaves down at the base to kind of fill that out and give it an anchor. A smart choice. Dotted paper. It is such a solid choice. It's just good to have dotted paper. It can be used in so many different ways with so many different patterns without it taking center stage and being demanding. And then you've got that beautiful paper lace on there, doily. I was reading about doilies tonight that you can use a whole bunch of them for a table runner. But I thought that wasn't quite my style. But it would be pretty if I saw it somewhere. I'd like it. Pam K, congratulations on winning, and that is a gorgeous card. Cindy Gray sent in her first. Welcome, Cindy Gray from Tallahassee, not California, but Florida. You sent in a pretty card for your first card. Looks like you let the pattern paper do a lot of the heavy lifting, which is smart, always smart. And if you can find a paper that works with the parameter colors, especially, that's a great way to make a simple card fast. I got to keep that in mind for Friday nights, because some of those Friday night sessions, I got to work fast. It depends on the guest crafter, but some of them are pretty snappy. So, no, what do you think? What do you think? Biddy Penny's here, but what do you think about Biddy Penny painting on her card? When there are certain things that strike fear in the heart of the guest host, or the host, when I see things like paint coming out and paste that's going to take time to dry, different things like that, and my immediate reaction is, oh, it's going to be a long night. But she didn't take very long. She did a very beautiful job of it, and I hope to see that card soon. So anyway, this is real pretty, Cindy, and we're sure glad to have you join us. It's an honor to have anytime that we have somebody new, and it's just a privilege to have people that have stayed with us as long as our leading ladies, especially Patty Beck, who I see there. Those flowers are pretty, aren't they? They really are. It looks like an old hanky. So grateful for you. Who wouldn't love to hear that? That's very nice. Shanna makes it. Oh, this is a new submission, first time too. And she put in a process video, and bless her heart, she tried to put it in. I think it was when Stephen was working on it, and it didn't go through. And we've really, she's tried, and so well done. It got in there. She's got a process video on how she made it. It was really interesting how she layered things and added some color to it. This is not a simple card. She took a lot of time to add lots of details that are hard to see just as first glance, but she shows it the whole thing so you can see how she made it. And Shanna, is so nice to have you and make a process video too. It's really pretty. Flowers under the sea. Never thought of it. Never thought of it, especially in mermaid's hair. I know, didn't come my way, but I'm sure glad it came yours. Thank you for sharing. Oh, there's that Kimmer Marie. She's now done 5 cards sent to us. I bet she's done a whole lot more. Look at those pretty, pretty blue flowers. Let me take a peek here. She's got some cool dyes going on. Okay, so the flowers and those look like it. But the flowers and the leaves look painted to me. Do you think they're painted? I think they're painted. And then she's got those matted on a really pretty dye base that has she has it just in white, but it's so it has so much detail on the outside. It really does a big job for seemingly kind of a simple thing. Simple idea. Don't you like simple ideas that do big jobs? I do. I think it's wonderful. It's kind of like the glory of a paperclip. Simple idea, big job. What did we do without them? And then on that real pretty base, I'm guessing that's stenciled, but I'm not absolutely sure. It could be pattern paper. You make others feel loved. That's darn cute. That's darn precious. That's really sweet. It does look a bit like stencil, doesn't it, Sire? The background? That's what I'm thinking. And a layer dye. I don't know. It's really pretty. I think the shading on the flowers and everything is just it's so soft and pretty, isn't it? Your new best crafting buddy. Oh, you met her. Oh, she lives nearby, Ellen. How fun. Oh, that is terrific. Have fun. You guys can wow each other with your cards. Apparently, I think you'll have a good time. I think steel will sharpen steel at your tables. Nicely done, Kimmer. Stacy Eaton has sent in her 6th card with this one completely different. Look at that typewriter, probably like a piece of ephemera. Thinking of you. She's got multiple mats going on, and yes, that's very pretty with the little white rose. And I think that's probably ephemera, where she has bought a package of, or either downloaded it or bought a package of ephemera. But man, it fits right in there, doesn't it? Because she's got her flowers with the bird, I believe, up there. Oh, the flower is the rose. And then she put in that pretty, pretty bird paper with a fancy die. Look at the edges on those dies. Very, very rounded edges. I know, I like typewriters. They're very cool. Oh, Lisa Hunter, this isn't you. Wait a minute. It does look romantic, doesn't it, Orchard Girl? It does. It has a hint of romance with a candle burning and not a ballpoint pen, not a pencil, but a fountain pen writing a little note to someone you care for. I think that's a lovely idea to take that card and make it have a story. 5 mats, is that how many you count? That's a lot of mats. That's a lot of mats. I like it. Oh, this is on Bitty Penny's free printout. Well, Bitty Penny, aren't you? I did it in black and white because I don't have a color printer, so I didn't recognize it. Oh, well, that's extra cool. Let's give her some extra points. How many should we give her? Like 100? 100 million? We'll throw all the extra points to Stacy. Well done. Thank you, Bitty Penny, for making us have something pretty to look at. Mary Moisen. We haven't seen too much of Mary Moisen lately. If you look at the process video page, though, she has lots of process videos. She went on over into Easter. We didn't have that too many Easter cards, I don't think. I don't know. I haven't made it all the way through, but we did. She did go over to Easter and a wreath with some eggs and some flowers. I think that's a really pretty color combination. Real pretty color there was something about, I saw one card, oh, sorry, I can't remember, but it just looked like porcelain. And this one kind of looks like porcelain too with the colors to me. It looks like there's just, I wouldn't be surprised if I touched something that looked like that and it was glass. It's very pretty, Mary Moisen. You always have good taste, and we appreciate you being part of our world. 75, that means you have reached your diamond major milestone achievement. Isn't that nice? That sounds, do we like MMA? 70, the diamond MMA, it sounds more kind of like they're wrestlers, but I kind of like it at the same time. Mary Moisen, thank you for sending that in. It's beautiful. Maybe it'll get me inspired for Easter cards. Alicia H. from Tennessee has sent in this pretty. It's a box. We don't get very many boxes. Oh, yeah, okay, I see what's going on. We don't get very many boxes, but this fits the bill. You've got the colors down. You've got green and kind of a coral and blues. And then you've got a little box with a flower on it. I love little boxes. I don't usually make 3D things because I hate to store them, but I like this. I don't mind making them. I just don't like storing them, and I don't know what to do with them. Mixed martial arts, is that what MMA stands for? Well, bring it on. What do you think? I like it. This is really fun, and it was fun to have a little diversion from cards. So well done. Kiss your brain. Oh, that old Jen Gross, Journey Coach Jen. I thought this was so pretty, and it's pretty dramatic. You've got a lot going on, but it works beautifully together, which doesn't surprise me with Jen. But she's got that beautiful background. I think Sire said something about that background in the Facebook group. And bold choices for colors still, because you've got a lot of texture and pattern in the background with not a subtle color at all. It looks amazing. And then look at the coloring on the leaves and the flowers. Just take a moment. It's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. She's quite the artist. Do you remember Jen's mustard and ketchup? It was mustard, I think, or ketchup, and French fries. I don't remember what all, but it was a 3D card, and she had like some kind of condiment pouring stuff on food, and it was one of the most amazing things I'd ever seen come across Craft Roulette's channel. I'll have to go back. You can, as a patron, go back and look up people under Contribution Explorer, and if you look up Jen Gross, then you should be able to find that pretty easily. And you can also make, if you felt ambitious on a rainy night, you can also, as a patron, go over and make a gallery of the really extravagant cards if you want to have them, and you can have it as a private gallery or a public gallery. But she has some really good ones, so be on the alert for her. She's quite the young lady, and that's really, really pretty. Lovely. I have one of her cards up there. It's a dragon card. Christine Lafleur has sent in her first submission, and look how pretty it is. It's a thanks so much card. I like thanks so much. You have to, feels like you can kind of be, a buddy. You can just say thanks so much. Embossed background, rounded edges on the flowers. Fussy cut. I don't know what you did, but I'm sure you did. It could have been as simple as fussy cutting the mat around the thanks so much. blue plus 2, you've got a light blue, dark blue. They're kind of that steely gray blue, which is real pretty. Plus green and gold, that's really pretty together. And then you've got a neutral for free in the brown background, which is embossed. That is a pretty stamp. I'm I'm not sure I can stamp it very well, but definitely with a positioner I could. But look how it's so intricate. I'm wondering if it is a stamp or if it was a piece of ephemera or chipboard or something. Anyway, it's really nice. Like it so much. Thanks so much for sending it in, Christine, and welcome to Craft Roulette. One more, and then we're going to play Whodunit. Marika. I'm not sure. Marika. From the Netherlands. I don't think I'm ever going to be allowed to go to the Netherlands. I can't say any of your names. But you have sent in 25, which means you are at your silver MMA. Major milestone achievement. Pretty cool thing to have that done, and that you did it with us. I really appreciate that. Let's look at the card. Rounded edges, like Patty said on the show, round those flower petals, and you got it made, or the flower petals, and you did, and it's pretty. You also have a lot of rounded edges in all that flowery dye in the background. Okay, so there's another dark blue background. We've had a lot of dark blue backgrounds. I wonder I'll never be able to keep track, but in the gallery, how many dark blue backgrounds were used. I think it's very effective, though. It's a little softer than a dark black, but it still maintains the weight of a dark color. So your blues, you've got some, oh, look at this. Okay, so you've got the dark blue background, and then you've got a green blue for the jewels. That was clever. And the red for the flowers, and the gold again. Red, gold, and they're like dusty golds and dusty reds. So they're not bright. We had somebody that sent in a really bright red, and I think it may have a yellow too, and it was just, wow, that was pretty. It was just so sudden. And then you fussy cut. I bet you fussy cutted some of those leaves. You also do you have something tucked in there? I can't quite see. And then you got oh man. Y'all have some pretty fancy dyes in your collections, don't you? Yeah, it does look 3D. You're right, Pam. You have some pretty fancy dyes, I'm thinking. Those are cool, though, and I'm just glad that you're able to use them. Great cards to review. Gosh, those are pretty. Thank you. Thank you for. I hope if you saw a friend with their card in there, give them a holler so that they can see what your comments were and how we took them apart and just enjoyed every second of it. So tonight, I just got to notice that it's time for Fun University. Somebody needs to update her Google Calendar. Tonight it is time for Whodunit. I'm working on it. It's on my list to have some kind of flashy thing. I do have a picture of me dressed. Oh, never mind. The Whodunit game was formerly the Guess Who scavenger hunt, and we did it over on Fun University. We've had some fun with it. So the object of the game is accurately guess the inspiration card from the most recent gallery, which will be 153 on craftroulette.live, that I am going to recreate before your very eyes. Not too quickly, I hope, so that you figure out what card it is too fast. My project is not going to be verbatim. It's going to draw from different pieces of the artwork, and you are not going to see that card, the finished card, until it's done. Yes, you have to choose from 236 submissions, but you guys have no trouble. Lynn, you have no trouble. You guess like probably before I start. But I will be taking artistic inspiration from other people's cards, another person's card. You need to be here on the live stream. If you're watching a replay, you can't play along, not for real. And you need to also have the live chat pulled up. So I'm kind of letting everybody get this all ready. Also, open a second browser with the craftroulette.live's most recent episode, which is 153, and the gallery pulled up. When you believe you know, and once I get started, don't start guessing yet, but once I start and you think you know whose card I'm casing, let us know by writing at Craft Roulette, all at no space Craft Roulette. That'll flag me that you're talking to me, and then the name of the artist that I am casing. If you're wrong, you don't get in an ejector seat or anything like that. We're not going to kick you out. We just want you to have a little fun. And if you do guess, the first one to guess using that at Craft Roulette with the right name, you get a handmade card with an itty-bitty gift. And some of those itty-bitty gifts are really itty-bitty. I sent one to England today. It was very itty-bitty. That's exactly right. Patty Beck is showing. She is our Vanna White of the night, and she is showing how to do it at Craft Roulette. Are we ready? I think we're ready. My card is not, I can change different things. I can change size, colors, images. It won't be the same, but nobody seems to have much trouble. You're a bunch of card detectives. That's what you are. Biddy Penny, when my daughters were young, they weren't terribly big, but they were old enough to have balance. The Mr. Producer and his brother would get on their back, they say, oh, there's his little nose, pull their legs up to their chest, and the girls would sit on their feet, and then they would push them off, and they would go flying across the room. I think it was as close to an ejection seat in zero gravity that they ever felt, at least for a minute. Very short minute. All right, let's see what we've got in here. I think I'm going to start with some flowers. I've got a couple flowers. I'm just going to add a little bit of color to them. And this is going to be scribble colors. This is not going to be incredible colors. Not like Jen Gross. So, just going to use, these aren't watercolor pencils or anything. They're just pencils. Let's play Whodunit. I think that's such a fun name. I think whoever wins should be declared a detective of the week. The detective of the week. So this is a trick, though, to make your little pattern paper flowers, or even if you're on white cardstock or whatever, just have a little bit more depth. I did choose to do this on pattern paper just because I could. Now, is that going to be a clue? Is that clue number one? Were these flowers that I cased on pattern paper? Oh, I already get a guess from Biddy Penny. It is Rosie B, she said. But no, it isn't Delightful Rosie B this time. Good guess. I did try to figure out who I thought you would guess, but you know, there's a lot. There's just a lot. So, but I think you'll get it at some point really soon. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do on that. And then we're going to do a little bit of fussy cutting and having some rounded corners. I sometimes, on these, I have sometimes forgotten or strayed. Should we say strayed from the parameters at hand, but I've pretty much stayed true. Paula Rice is guessing Carol. You know, I need to look and see who it is. I don't remember. Oh, nope, it's not. So, good guess, though. I better write that down on this side. No, I'll be okay. Okay, I'm going to keep it right there. If you look over to my left, really far off camera, you can read it. Lisa is asking, is it Mary Kay Weir or Carol G. Paul? Nope, neither one of those wonderful artists is it that this time. I will have to look back and see what threw you that direction. Gen Z, boy, you guys are on fire with ideas. No, not this time. 230 some cards is a lot, though, to sift through. Now, remember, too, I may be wanting to throw you off. I may be wanting to not give it to you on the first element. I'm learning your tricks. Is it Sandy Smith? No. Sorry there, Junior Detective. It is not Sandy Smith, but thank you for playing. This is also a little piece of pattern paper. It just adds a little something to the texture of the flower, so it's not quite so flattish. Rhonda Morris says, how do you get to the gallery? You need to open another browser, Rhonda. You have to be here and there, so it's a little tricky, but you have to be here and there. Go to open another browser, go to craftroulette.live, and the latest episode. And you will find that the card I am going to be making is indeed Laura Burgos is the detective of the night, has figured it out. It's Deborah Norris. So look at that. It still didn't take very long. Let me go ahead and finish off my card, and I will, and while you look up Deborah Norris and see what you think. If I'm going to make a good case of her card or not. Well done, Laura. I need to have you go over to Claim Prize form, fill that out, and give me your address and all that kind of good stuff, so I can send you a handmade card with an itty bitty gift. So this is my version of the Deborah Norris's card. And there are several things that are different. She did have the scallop edge. In that, we are the same. I put mine on a blue there's that dark blue background again. Hers was an A2, I think, and mine is not. Mine is a square card. I thought that would be kind of a fun little twist of fate. Where's my, I thought I had my, well, I was going to erase that. And I also have some leaves. So, and the leaves are on some pattern paper too. It looked like she stamped her flowers, but since she had kind of some darker ink inside the pink flowers, I thought, maybe that would kind of play off of that. I don't know, but that's how we get design ideas from other cards. We look at them and go, well, I don't want to make it just like it. Well, sometimes you do, but not always. And then you start pulling out aspects of the card and making it fit your own style and fit your own supplies. So those are my pieces. And then for my this thing, I just cut a bunch of pink strips. And she had it the other way. I think she had blue strips and pink flowers, didn't she? I think so. So these were not fancy to do. Whoops. How many fingers did I need? 2 or more hands. So these were all, it was fun to recreate this. Do you guys ever go to craftroulette.live to the gallery and find a card and recreate it? You don't have to use flowers even if they have flowers. You can use something completely different. This could all be fruit for summertime, or a bundle of sports equipment even, or anything. It doesn't have to be verbatim. There we go. And that's what makes it so fun, is to put your own spin on it. Maybe you love gel press backgrounds. You could start with the gel press background and then recreate using some of the same elements, like maybe the scalloped border. I like the bottom having the heaviest color. No, I'm not at all opinionated. There we go. And then I'm just going to tuck this guy on here, and then he's going to get lots of stuff tucked under him. So I'm just going to put glue on the middle. This guy can get a little better glue. Put this one up here. Is this the card you would like for your prize, Laura? Would you like me to send this one, or do you want another handmade card? I'm happy to, or maybe, I don't know what else I have over there. But you can have this one if you'd like. I know last week Paula Rice wanted hers, the one that I worked on. And I sent it today, Paula Rice. So I'm going to have to figure out how to make this harder. You guys are too good. Watch out for April Fools. You know, maybe I'll just completely do something off grid completely. There we go. And then I just have a little sentiment. And then the other thing, she had some little black dots, which I thought were really cute. And I added some black stamens, I think is what these are. Just with a Sharpie. Hers could have been a stamp. I'm not sure. But I just added that with a Sharpie. I like that look. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Well, consider it yours, and I will get that to you as soon as I can. And then that little guy just fits right on Beyond Grateful, and then I put it on the inside. Now, with this little scallop, I had to make sure that it was underneath the scallop so it wouldn't stick out. But such a great card to copy, and thank you, Deborah Norris, for your wonderful inspiration. So, well, you did it. You did it. What a great fun thing. Thank you for playing Whodunit, sending in your cards for the slideshow. Remember, what else do we have? We got to thank our wonderful, wonderful patrons. Patron thanks. I probably turned it off already. Okay, I'm just going to close it out.